about the bird at the window, which was a signal, and Louis said, I hope it's not coming from me, and you're saying that Steve started hearing that bird as well.
Yes.
Is that the point where you became more conscious about the presence of the bird?
Well, that's part of it. I call that the awakening. There's a chapter in the book called Blood on the Windows. And there's a lot of mysterious events that happen in my life in this book pertaining to Governor Nunn, Steve, and the death of Governor Nunn. And there was a particular bird that kept hitting the windows that there are many, many witnesses to, and they are spoken to in the book. In a Native American tradition and old wives' tales, a bird hitting the window means death or pecking. But this bird didn't just hit the window. It slammed its body with blood all over all of the windows for 1 month straight. I worked for Governor Nunn during this time. And so it just became a conversation piece, kind of an omen. We felt it. Governor Nunn felt it enough to where he, and this is in the book, called the monument company and said what he wanted on his tombstone. And he also, 2 weeks before he died, because of the message of the bird, put Steve in his will. Steve was not in his will 2 weeks until he died. So he would walk me around the house saying, I want this piece of furniture to go to this one. I want this to go to here. So he felt that the bird was a messenger as well. And it's kind of hard to understand unless you experienced it. But when you experienced it, it made all the sense in the world. And the facts are, the day of his death, we had a luncheon. And there's a group there, and they talk about it in the book. There's some quotes. And the bird just kept thumping the window, and blood would be splattered all over the window after a month of doing this. And that night, he died. And that day at the luncheon, the last thing he said was, I hope that bird's not after me, because you know what that means. That means death. It's a sign of death. And he died that night. And the next day, the bird did not hit the window again. And then Steve became obsessed over this bird. It's very bizarre, but it's all in the book.